Taking a deep breath and settling in. Finding your way to seated, lying down, whatever feels right for you to really relax and receive. Take those breaths again. Big inhale, long exhale. Big inhale, long exhale. Because there is a receiving energy at the new moon. It is dark, it is quiet. Maybe it's empty, like the sky. And so there is plenty of space to receive. So letting ourselves receive this moment of quiet and care. Coming to bring attention to your breath in its own rhythm. And as you bring attention to the breath, also bring attention to your body in this place, in this space. If there's any part of you that's crossed, any part of you that is not able to fully relax, so gently and so kindly, giving it permission to soften, to spread out, to be fully present here in a place of softness. You might bring your attention to your hands and just make sure they're not holding on. They're resting, relaxing. Come back to that awareness of breath and slowly bring your focus down to your feet. How are your feet in relation to the earth? Or how are your feet being supported right now? Is there anything you can do to let your feet know that there's no place we need to go? We don't need to hop up or do anything at this moment. We're just letting the feet rest. Coming back to your breath, your rhythm. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. You might say, ah. And as you do that, could you find a way to let the jaw hang, to let the jaw be soft? And when the jaw is soft, could the tongue and the throat also soften? Staying aware of your breath, bringing your attention to your whole body and just seeing it, feeling it in rest, in receiving, in being held and having nothing that needs to happen right now, except for being. Notice how your breath enters your body. It might lift your belly to expand. That gentle belly breath really invites the whole body to be present, to relax. You might want to place a hand on your belly or on your heart. if that feels right. Giving yourself a bit of comfort. Today I found myself in a conversation about sweat lodges and temazcal. Here in Oaxaca, there's a very strong tradition of temazcal, which is, if you're familiar with it, like a sweat lodge, in which you create a lot of heat in a small space and you stay in that place. And today we talked about that one of the beliefs about these spaces is that we are returning to the womb. We return to the darkness, this place filled with heat. And there also can be a sense of steaminess to it. And sometimes it can feel a little bit disorienting to be in that hot place. But when we're here in the new moon, and when we are learning to embrace aspects of the darkness, how can we not come back to and acknowledge our first place of darkness? Our first moments of knowing in some way. Of being completely held and cared for. We stay in that dark place until we are ready, able to survive out in the world. So we're going to take a little bit of time to imagine the quiet and the darkness. Maybe it's in a temazcal. Maybe it's in the warm waters of the thermal waters of the ground, and we're covered in the dark. Or maybe we go back and we imagine what it was like to be one with our mothers. Imagine the quiet, maybe muffled sounds, but mostly just heartbeat, mostly just organs moving, processing. A droning sound to bring us comfort. Imagine being, it's a little cramped, but surrounded, held, light. Imagine before you even had a perception of darkness, still being in the darkness. And in this warm, dark place, surrounded and completely held, letting yourself receive that care, that amount of love and care. Carry you around everywhere, feed you, take care of you completely. And there is no shame, in that receiving. It is just as it is. It is the natural way of things in this moment. Can you receive in this moment without shame, without judgment? The silence you crave, the warmth, the being held fully and completely. Staying here in this place, and just seeing what comes up with being cared for. When you're ready, you might give yourself a little squeeze. You might bring your hands to your lap and then slowly open your eyes, look around to where you are presently, and then come to your journal. What comes up for you in the dark? What comes up for you around receiving love, care, support, tenderness? And is there anything about the darkness or the unknown or the future not seen that you would like to set an intention around for this moon cycle? For how you want to explore darkness and embracing it in all its complexity?